morning.
rolling all on the ground.
I'm gonna Google Earth Bacon's lips real quick.
I'm not sure the
Fuck off,
satellites
you
are
fucking
quite
diabetic
big enough
piece of
for that.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
You know, I've gotten to where I don't know what I'd do without you fuckers.
Aw.
Y'all are mean. Y'all make me want to cry.
Fuck, I got more facial hair than Bacon does right now.
Ah,
I don't.
I had to trim my beard. Hi,
why
Fana.
y'all being so mean?
Well, how would
are
you
we
say
being mean?
it?
What?
Thanatet?
Thanatet.
Thanatet?
I don't know if you
Showing
want to
how
say
to
Thanatet.
pour.
Stroke.
No, tet.
Yeah, we don't know who's talking.
Thanet? Thanet. You pour the salt on it.
Was that your waitress?
Popcorn.
Yes.
Do you order me another
part-time
picture?
waitress when she's out here.
Because you put salt on shit like this.
Don't you dare put the dressing on the salad. On the side, I said.
On the
Oh,
side.
God.
Except if it's Caesar.
No.
That's my 17-year-old.
Tell her we said hi.
My dad's
will
on the
not.
internet.
I want her to have no exposure to you ever.
That's okay.
Wait, what?
I'll tweet her right
Idiot.
now.
It's bad enough she has to fucking know me.
Can we call her
Okay,
Thanatet?
baby, I love you.
If you're willing to fight, she's scrappy.
Okay, baby. Fruit pizza sounds delicious.
Yeah, pizza sounds great. Send me some.
Bring me
Yeah.
pizza.
We
Get
had
your
some pizza
off the
tonight.
show.
As long as it's not Papa John's.
I'm
this was
not
Pizza
going to be
Hut.
choosy
Awful.
tonight. It's
I like
it's,
the- I
it's
like
whatever at this point.
I'm kind of biased because I used to work for Papa John's.
A tomato thrown at a cardboard box would be cool.
I'd rather eat.
And
I'd rather eat the ass out of a dead raccoon.
Oh, we did both work there.
That's
But also,
disgusting.
I
Together.
didn't listen to the rules and I made the best fucking pizza ever.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah?
it's so damn good. Yes, I did. I used every topping they had except for anchovies. And you know that garlic parmesan butter that they
Oh,
put
yeah.
on the cheese sticks?
Yep.
Before Hungry Howie's came along with their fucking flavored crust, I brushed that shit around my crust. Oh my god, it was so good.
Did Hungry Howie steal that shit from you? Like, started.
They
a
did.
lawsuit?
I should have, but I never did.
I don't think it's too late. You should get one of those free lawyers off of TV.
Is Hungry Howie's
TV
even
lawyers are
around
definitely
anymore?
worth having.
Oh, they are. They are. Good shit. All right, let me know whenever you're ready to flip flop over to the
I just
next
did it.
flip flop. Oh shit!
I just fucking did it because I
You
do
did.
things just whenever the fuck I want, you know?
Who we
That's-
got? 6.
That's the professionalism in it coming out.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
damn
just
it.
this is how shit works around here. You'll learn. If you're around here long enough,
Damn.
you'll figure it out.
Every time I ask, it just happens.
So we've got a thing here, guys. You ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
let's do this. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Got to make sure this is loud enough. There we go.
Woo!
Beautiful. Awesome. All right. Welcome to
Was
episode
beautiful.
25, guys. 25.
25.
That's
It's
a
our
good
anniversary.
25.
25th anniversary.
What do we do to celebrate?
Well, I'm gonna get shit faced.
Okay.
I want to get chocolate wasted.
Oh,
So you're not
chocolate
old enough to
wasted,
get chocolate
dust
wasted? You need to be at least 13.
Sorry, sir.
Hosty schmosty. Thanatoasty. Thank you. Ghostly Nick. Hosty schmosty. Appreciate you there too. A lot of lovely folks here. Hi guys. We're also live on Mixer right now. Mixer.com/CAND. Stands for
And Twitch at twitch.tv/the_sneak thief.
Yeah, that's me. That's what we're doing right now. I know you guys, just before the show tonight, actually, we're having a conversation.
A great
And
conversation.
yeah, it was actually a really good conversation. However, I do not think that I want that conversation to bleed over into the show tonight. So,
Agreed.
Yes.
what I do want to say is, anybody out there, find a way to make a difference. Listen, learn, grow. Let's not repeat history. Right now in America, I feel like we're playing Division 2.
It's kind of a little
yeah,
more hardcore.
It is, but that's just what that reminded me of. Things are crazy out there. So, current events aside, guys, let's get into the show. This is a big one. I don't know if you guys are prepared, but I'm fully fucking prepared to go toe to toe with my top 5.
I've got a
any of you
full-on
fuckers.
boner.
I have a
Damn.
top 6.
You can't do that.
Okay,
guys-
okay.
It
just
was
did.
clearly stated it was the top 5.
Also, before we get started, I want to
But
make
I'm
sure
from
everyone
Kentucky and
understands.
I don't know how to count.
You cannot say, the entire Assassin's Creed library. No, one fucking game.
Hey guys, if we're gonna do the homework, you gotta start
gotta
telling
work on my
people you're
list.
doing the homework.
What?
I was gonna ask you guys, like last night, I was gonna call you up or send you a note and say, hey, did we do the homework tomorrow night?
I did the homework. You didn't do the
You
homework,
were
Steve?
the one fucking person I expected to do the homework, Steve.
He's
haven't
calling
done the
in for
homework.
cheats.
But I thought about it on my way home today, so I know what it is.
I've been thinking about it, so I'm look at that. Was his face? He's upset.
Listen, top 5 is important. I think top 5 is one of those things where it's like these aren't games that you feel like were industry changing or that were, innovative. Like, it's your favorite games, right? Your top 5 favorite games. And there's no judgment. I might judge you on your game, but I won't judge you.
Yeah, just your favorite stuff. They don't have to be
Favorite games.
groundbreaking or genre-defining or
Top
anything
5.
like that. Just the 5 that are your favorite.
Let's go around the
so
room
we're
here. Who's prepared? Fuck, half of us. Nick, are you prepared?
I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, so I want to start with Thanatos. Top 5 favorite games. Go.
In no particular order, my top 5 favorite games are the original Final Fantasy back on the original Nintendo.
Okay.
America release or Japanese? Because it matters.
American.
Okay.
It does matter as far as the numbering does. It was one of the first. It was the first RPG I had ever seen. I had played Mario and all that, but this was just different. It was huge, and you had classes, and you could shoot fire, and there was this story about these crystals and just all this shit, and it was just amazing. I fucking that was when I fell in love with video games. Number 2, the first Assassin's Creed. Big open world, the mobility, the parkour. I'm a bit of a history nerd. I know to everyone in both chats it's not historically accurate, but there are enough
It's
elements
close.
that it really draws somebody with an appreciation of history, and so Assassin's Creed 1.
Open your mouth, Sneak.
Oh, that's great. That's fucking great.
I can still see the cup.
Oh shit. Sorry, number 3,
The first Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
The
Mass Effect is a great one.
the writing, the characters. I loved the concept of everyone's shepherd, but everyone is a different shepherd. And then just carrying your shepherd through the next 2 games. So the first Mass Effect.
First Mass Effect.
Borderlands 2. The
2.
original Borderlands was one of my favorite games of all time, and I think they perfected it with the second one. As much as I loved 3, there was something about 2. Again, the characters, the writing, the humor. Borderlands 2 to me is the complete package, and it's a fucking blast with friends. And then finally, Skyrim. Because fuck,
Wow.
it's Skyrim.
Wow.
I'm gonna murder somebody.
I'm just fucking with you.
I honestly believe that you could play Skyrim until the sun supernovas and still have shit left to play, if you and your Xbox and your copy of Skyrim somehow make it through it, because the game never
Master Race.
fucking ends.
What about my PC?
So yeah, that's my 5. Final Fantasy, Skyrim, Assassin's Creed, Borderlands 2, and Mass Effect.
Good 5.
Good 5.
Good 5.
Strong 5.
Steve, we're gonna skip over you.
For now.
Okay.
I do have a list, but keep going.
Okay. Bacon.
Sure. In no particular order, right?
Right, but listen,
All
you.
right. So
Sorry, go ahead.
we got Mass Effect 2.
2.
Okay.
Actually,
Because as
so-
he said, everybody's a different shepherd, and I always went like extreme Paragon. Like I never did any revenge, and what you do through the story in 1 bleeds over into 2, which bleeds over into 3. But kind of in 3, your choices didn't matter for shit. But just the amazing storyline and the choices you made determined who you ended up surviving the very last mission of the game. Your whole team could fucking die, all this, and you know, it's just a great game, great story, great writing. And then we got Final Fantasy VII. Amazing.
Is that the one that just remade?
Yes.
Have you
yes,
played
is.
it?
But I'm talking the original one. My first adult Final Fantasy off of like the original Nintendo was 7. And the day I got it, I spent like 80 hours in that game the first time I played it. And then, you know, there are other times where I would spend like 500 hours trying to get everything, you know, Ultimate Weapon and what have you. Then you got Super Mario Land on the Game Boy, the original one, just because it was fun and the music was fucking
I
fantastic.
knew you guys were gonna like pick like a bunch of games I've never fucking even played. Keep going.
Then you got Destiny, the original. Amazing story. Although Destiny 2 right now is starting to shape up to a good story. And then I've got Yar's Revenge on the Atari 2600. All right. Yar's
Nice.
Revenge on the Atari 2600. That is an R-type game. And you have all these things flying at you. You got to shoot them all, and you have to shoot the boss in this little break in the shield while you're dodging all these other things. And it was just a fun game you could sink hours and hours into.
I could sing for hours and hours.
And that's my top 5.
That's a good top 5.
That's
Can't?
a very good top 5.
Extra points for going back to the 2600, man. Good
You
shit.
are.
Can't?
So I'm just gonna go for it. The least favorite is Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance on the PS2.
Yep. All right. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow,
okay.
that's your least favorite. Damn. That's
All right.
Least
great.
least of his favorites.
Now it's hard for me to pick out favorites because generally these favorites are tied to a memory and a story, but I'm not going to get into that. So Baldur's Gate, because it was Tam Tam's first game that she played all the way through,
Nice.
and yeah, it was fucking awesome. We played through that a couple of times. The next one is Assassin's Creed. Second game I completed to 100%. I fell in love with the series after that, and then lost interest in Unity, but has since rekindled the love. Anyways, so number 3 is Metroid Prime on the GameCube.
Ooh, that's a good game.
solid.
It was a huge game. At the time, it was a massive game. The graphics were phenomenal, and there was so much to do. I played through it a couple of times, like literally a couple of times, because after that I was like, man, this is just too fucking much. Number 2 is Castlevania Symphony of the Night, because it's vampires.
Game. That was a fantastic game. 200%, baby.
I did do 200%, and then I'd done it as Richter, and yeah, there's a lot of on both sides. Like they're like, "Ooh, this game was the worst ever," and then there's some that are like, "This game was fucking amazing." But in my opinion, it was a great RPG. It was like a soft RPG.
Sorry.
And so I love the characters and the cheesy dialogue, and it had great music. Yes, Bacon?
Sorry.
Batman, at least it's not going to take me 6 years to grow a fucking prepubescent thing on my face. I'll have a beard again in 2 weeks.
Oh shit. Nick, you have games for
So
us?
then my
dude?
number one.
Oh, sorry.
My number.
I thought you just
my
said
number
number
one. No, that was my number two. My number one is the original Super Mario Brothers
On
on
NES.
the NES. Yeah,
Which Super Mario? Oh, wait, Super Mario Brothers?
the one with Duck Hunt.
Super
Okay,
Mario
yeah,
Brothers
'cause
Duck Hunt.
remember,
yeah.
there was that one before it that was just Super Mario, or I think it was just Super Mario or Mario Brothers. It wasn't even Super Mario.
Right.
It was just,
It was
the
a weird
levels.
middle stage.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah.
It was more like Danky Kang.
They were trying to figure out
Danky
who they
Kang.
Danky Kang.
Steve,
So,
do you
I
want to
know
go now, or
bastard,
do you
yeah.
want to go with? Gonna pass you again. Nick can go.
Nick. Oh.
Okay, Nick can go.
Super Mario
Nick and
Brothers
go? What? Who's
Nick can go.
was
Yeah.
my first
I can get
escape.
naked.
Get naked and go.
Naked, go.
Okay.
Wait, no,
so
not my
my-
it's Christian Minecraft.
My top five, as you
TOS.
all know, I entered the world of video gaming in my mid to late 20s. So my list isn't as old, but there are some old ones in here. So my number one most favorite game of all time is Destiny 1. It literally saved my life. I came back from Afghanistan and I was really angry and I was getting in all sorts of trouble, and my little brother was like, "Have you heard of this video game?" I was like, "No, why the fuck do I want to play video games? I'm a hardcore killer, man." And he's like, "Well, try it." So I loaded up on Flashfire005's account and created my first character, which was a hunter. Contrary to popular belief, I did start out as a hunter, and had a hell of a lot of fun on there. So I ran out and bought my own PS3 and started playing the game with my little brother. So Destiny 1, yes. First video game I ever played, Fallout 1 for the PC. Like OG, third person, top down, turn based, Fallout 1. Great
Look
game.
at it now, and after if you start it anywhere after 2, you look at it now and you just go, "What the fuck is this? This isn't a Fallout."
Sorry, keep going.
So Fallout 1, I've probably beaten that game 95 times at this point.
Shit.
Number 3, Final Fantasy VIII. I never played it, but as a 13-year-old boy and those block pixels, Shiva the Summon. Need I say more?
Yep.
How do you spell that?
Yep.
SHIVA.
Yes.
Tifa
Tifa in Final Fantasy VII. Got the triangle boobies.
Mm-hmm.
Tomb Raider.
Number 4, Skyrim, because it is the first game that I platinumed on the PlayStation 3. It is the only game that I platinumed on the PlayStation 3.
That's dedication.
What game was that?
Skyrim. The
Skyrim.
original, like no DLCs, the original release Skyrim. I had close to 1,200 hours invested into that on the PS3, just on the
wait.
main before any DLC dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Beat every quest, went to every square inch of that map, tried to kill everybody that I could. Skyrim has a special place in my heart, and like Thanatos said earlier, you can play that game until the sun supernovas and existence as we know it goes away. And my 5th game, which is the second video game I ever played, and where I really learned that you should not chuck PlayStation 2 controllers across the room, Star Wars Jedi Power Battles.
I don't know that one.
I
don't know that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Download it
third
for the
person. You got to
Dreamcast.
pick between 6 different Jedi, or is it 5 Jedi? I can't remember. And you
think it was
basically
6.
play through the story of Episode 1. So you
Which-
had
horrible
Obi-Wan
just watching
Kenobi
it.
as a Padawan, Qui-Gon Jinn, Mace Windu, Plo Koon, and some chick that nobody ever picked because her abilities were stupid.
So did it say in the manual like this game does not give you the force, so you can't throw your controller and pull it back?
Warning.
No, it did not tell you
A little
that,
disclaimer. Fuck.
Well,
Should've, huh?
I was notoriously and still am notoriously bad at jumping puzzles, and that game is like jumping puzzle simulator.
Wall of Dicks times 4.
No, Wall of Dicks is much more difficult than anything in that.
Destiny
game,
2 has an even bigger wall of dicks now.
I wouldn't know. I've only done like 3 raids in that.
It's not in a raid, it's in a dungeon.
Oh, I've done both dungeons. They're not bad.
Pit of Heresy.
Did you say dungeon?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Dungeons.
there's a dick wall there.
The dungeons are real.
You get to avoid the dick walls in that dungeon.
I'm gonna go, and then you can go. Steve, you ready?
No, I'm gonna go before you because you are
Oh.
gonna have the massive finish.
Not really. Go ahead.
Okay, here's my list. Number 1, Destiny. There has never been a game before it that would steal so many hours of my life. Old. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Destiny 1 is friends as well. There was never a game before that I would play to such extent and talk to people all over the world. Spend so much time in.
Well, I mean, all of us met, except for Thanatos and Can, met on Destiny 1.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Assassin's Creed Revelation. Going off the board here. Assassin's Creed 1, it didn't grab me. There was something about it that bothered me, and it just didn't pull me in. But Revelations saved that, and I went back to 1 through the franchise. That's a big... To jump off that tower and hear the bird go, and
Yep.
that was
It's
pretty
still
amazing.
one of the best things in a video game is that leap of faith. And you hear
Absolutely.
Yes.
if I can interject, I think part of the thing too is they really started kind of character development with your assassin, with Ezio,
Yes.
and into Brotherhood and Revelation. That's when they really started that to where you actually liked the guy and got a little bit more in depth.
Yeah.
Right on.
There was a lot more character behind your characters.
Yeah, in the first one, it was just you were on a mission, because you were an assassin. That was your mission.
Right.
But in the subsequent ones, there's more to it, and Revelations is where they started that.
And so my third game is Civilization, the original. The just one more turn, see what's going to happen in this battle. One more turn to get your technology updated, and that was like huge PC game for me. My next one, Sneak told me not to do it, but NHL 94 through to 2000, because that was friends.
You got
That
to
makes
choose one.
sense.
You've got to choose one.
Unfortunately, I can't because I can't remember which one was better than the rest. We just kept buying them year after year after year, regardless of changes.
Because it never changed. The only thing that ever changed was the fucking rosters.
Exactly,
Yeah.
the rosters, and you went, I think the graphics are better, but the players might be smaller. But you know what? The controls are great. But that was what my buddies and I got together doing on Saturday nights was NHL game. And Wolfenstein. Another
Wolfenstein?
huge Wolfenstein. Another huge massive PC game that kind of went, that was like in the first person, and you got these great guns, you'd make these comets, the Duke Nukem Doom idea.
Duke Nukem was a good one too.
Yeah, and they were all kind of around the same timeline, but just running through dungeons and picking up different guns, slaughtering bad guys. And this
Word.
was a tough list for me because there was years I went just picking up games, and it was hard to latch onto one, but I think I did it. I'm done.
That was 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought the
Destiny
list was going to
is
just keep on going.
Civilization, NHL, Wolfenstein.
Good 5.
For many years.
Good 5. I'm
So-
sure everyone knows my first one.
Oh shit,
Yes.
Nick, you haven't said anything.
No.
Fallout.
No. Close.
The first game you actually started playing that made you into a gamer.
Skyrim.
Skyrim did not make me into a gamer. It made me into a fucking hermit.
Well, there you go. See, that's still a win.
Yeah.
In the name of society, that's a win.
I lost a lot of social interaction when I bought that game. And I got it as a Skyrim PlayStation 3 set. And I played it for probably 5,000 hours before I touched any other game. Played it for a long time. And that's why it's number one. First game I ever played. I didn't get into gaming when I was younger. I played games when they were available, but it was never like a thing that I did. So like the old school games were cool and I enjoyed playing them back then. There was a game called Dragon Warrior that almost made the list, but it just didn't. Like even back then,
that almost made mine.
Even back then though, like I didn't play it a lot, right? It was fucking fun and I beat it over a period of like probably 2 or 3 years. Took me to like play it like to the end.
On the Nintendo?
Yeah, NES.
Yeah,
Dragon Warrior.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
it's Final Fantasy-ish.
RPG game where you run around. It would generate a fucking cutscene of like you ran into a slime, and then you could fight it. You could run. You could do a spell. You can do a heal. It was one of those turn-based kind of games. That's probably why I didn't connect with it as well as maybe I could have. But it was like a lot of reading, and I remember thinking like I'm reading too much to be playing video games. This is not how video games should be. You shouldn't be reading.
It's very similar to the original Final Fantasy.
Great game though. Great game though. It was tons of fun. Loved it. That's didn't make the list though. So Skyrim's number one because it was the initial like game that even the graphics got me. Like everything about it was so awesome. Next one is going to be Destiny. The original Destiny, like Steve said, I met so many people, opened my eyes to so much shit that's happening in the gaming world, kind of gave me an identity during a time when I didn't really have one. So I really kind of clung to the newness of it, the freshness of it. I've never played online with people before. I never did anything regarding games besides sit on my couch and kill dragons. Destiny just blew the whole world wide open for me, and it was fucking amazing, and no other game is ever going to replace that feeling of playing with my friends. Ever. However, there is another game, number 3 on my list, that I played for such a long time. I tried to get everyone to buy it and play it with me. Far Cry 5. Probably one of my most favoritist FPS games to date is still Far Cry 5 because of just how much stupid fun you could get into with that game.
I'm saddened that we never, you and I never partook in either one of those.
We still can. Do not ever cross it off your list because we still fucking can. The next one is a game that I played more recently that I also tried to push on to all of my friends. It's called Dying Light.
I almost put that on my list.
That game is probably the one game that I fell in love with. It's melee combat more than I cared about anything else. Like, the range combat was fun. It was rewarding. The parkour element, the movement of the game took a while to get used to, but it made sense after you started, like, balls to the wall running around the city. It's like, this makes sense. The game itself was just such a open, fun feeling that I had to put on the list, you know? It just made the list. The last game number 5, was really hard for me to decide because there's a lot of them that I could put in that spot. I could put Fallout 4. I could put Rage 2, The Witcher 3. I could put any of the Assassin's Creed games I like Assassin's Creed 3. I liked Unity, even though you guys didn't like it. I liked Odyssey. I haven't finished it, but it's fucking great. Origins, I haven't finished it, but it's also, like, there's a lot of Assassin's Creed games I could put on there, but I think at the end of the day, it's got to be The Last of Us. That's going to round out my list. And
that was a really good game.
I haven't done much with it, but that game was one of the last great games I played on PlayStation, and it was such an adventure, and it was such a fun thing to do. I did the whole playthrough on stream. And we just, like, started it one day, and I didn't play anything else until I was fucking... So it was like a full stretch of just that game, and it was fucking amazing. But I feel like the reason why that game is on my list is because it was one of the very first games that I played for the first time on stream that I really made a connection with people in chat over. That game is one of those games that people feel very strongly about it. And they love watching people experience it. So I had such a great time with chat on that game that even if like there was issues with the game, it's overshadowed by how much fun it was to play. So Skyrim, Destiny, Far Cry 5, Dying Light, Last of Us. That's my list.
Heads up, Last of Us 2 comes out on the 19th
I know.
When?
this month.
I know.
They're
I have to
actually
get
doing
that.
it, really?
I have to get that external hard drive before I can download it. But that's my list. I think that's there's other games, Rage 2, Metro Exodus that I really like. Chess. I love playing chess. That's a fun fucking game. Like that's
It's a lot of fun,
yeah, I can play that game with anybody.
except for me.
I
messed them up.
I don't want to talk about that. You fucking.
I fuck him up.
Yeah, that's my list.
Good list.
So
Really good list.
in chat over here on Mixer, Woody Estaltria says, "Get on the 3DO." Also, he said, "Go Hunters" for Destiny.
Go Hunters.
He said, "Get on the 3DO with Gex."
Gex.
Fuck that game.
We brought up Gex last week, if I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
right.
Yes, that was one of the ones I talked about last week, and it is fucking hilarious. I mean, you have it goes through all these cartoon worlds, and there's some quippy and snarky remarks throughout. And I think that if you guys haven't played it, I think you would enjoy it. It's fucking hilarious.
Gex is great for hilarity, but the gameplay was horrid.
Yes, it did have a lot that it could be
So
improved, but you
bad.
have to play it to the end. It just gets better as you go.
I think I started as a hunter on Destiny too.
Yeah, I started as a hunter.
Destiny also. I mean,
I mean, I
What are
started
we-
and I.
What are we playing now, guys? Has anyone picked anything new up since last Friday? Because I have.
Yeah.
What
I
do you
haven't
got,
touched
Nick?
Destiny 2.
Nothing.
Farming Simulator 19.
I've dabbled in Farming Sim 19.
I see you like to farm, son.
I love
So-
farming. Those
I've
farming
never
sim
done
games
that,
are
but
fun.
okay.
two of my friends, close friends, have been playing it quite a bit recently, and I've been holding back on getting it and holding back, and finally I was just like, screw it. So I ordered it and have been playing with them literally all day today.
That's
also,
awesome.
guys in
I
chat,
have
if you
no
want to
clue
like
what I'm
list
doing.
out your top 5, I'd love to see it. Maybe not, you get like a full story behind every game, but I'd love to see your top 5. You could also do it in the Discord if you have more to say about it. Don't forget about that, guys.
You can.
Definitely
Woody
can.
Estaltrius also said it's been so damn long since he's played that Star Wars game you were talking about, Sev. That
Power
and
Battles?
yeah, and he loved
Yeah.
Destiny too. I mean, we lost so many hours of our lives then. I mean, we used several hours of
I
our
mean,
lives.
yeah, there was definitely not lost, but
It wasn't wasted,
that fucking
Um,
Cosmodrome saw me a lot. Let me tell you what.
right?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He said Warlord's Battle Cry.
Right.
What?
Interesting.
What double type and over camouflage that?
Nope.
I
Nah.
don't know what.
Nick picked up Farming Simulator. Anybody else pick up anything new this week?
That's just bad. That's just
I've been back to Destiny 2 for a while.
Back to Destiny 2?
That's
It's
so
been a
damn
while
bad.
since you played it.
Go lay
Um,
down somewhere
You know, I'd
So
like to get
I-
back into that. You should invite me one time, Bacon, when you're playing. I know you
and
got
take
different-
her anywhere.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I
So
don't get on much, but
dug into my collection.
I think there's something
and-
good going on with Destiny 2 right now, right? Like there's a thing happening
yeah,
tomorrow.
something going on tomorrow. My
There's like an
wife's gonna
event.
have to wait for anniversary lunch. Sorry.
I haven't turned it on in so long.
Yeah, there's like an event going on right now where they're
Yeah, the Almighty's gonna supposedly we take care of the Almighty tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern.
There you go.
How are we gonna
Nice.
do that raid then?
I might log in and check it out.
The Almighty is not a raid. The
Oh.
Almighty was the ball structure that was attached to the sun in the story.
It was gonna
in the
blast
campaign.
the sun. Yeah. Thanatos obviously was going somewhere with his anybody picked up a new game question. What did you pick up, Thanatos?
I was digging back through my collection, and I finally I've been wanting to get back into it. It's a game called Dragon's Dogma.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody, Nick's familiar with it. Capcom, Dragon's Dogma, not sponsored.
Definitely sponsored.
Most of it is more or less your standard RPG fare,
But-
except, and Nick will know where I'm going with this. They have a thing called a pawn system. So your pawns are what make up your party, and you've got your standard classes, thief, knight, whatever.
Right.
But your pawn, you create your main pawn after you create your character. You name it, customize it, give it its class. But what's really cool about it is as you go through the game, you can recruit up to 2 other pawns that are pawns that have been created by other players. So what happens is when those players go offline, or when you go offline, your pawns are picked up by other people.
What?
And if somebody has your pawn and they make more progress in the game and they're further ahead of you, when your pawn comes back to you, your pawn will have items that they collected, that your pawn will have insights into areas when you go in, or enemies that you haven't seen, or quests that you haven't done. So you might be getting ready to start a quest, and your pawn will just pop off with, oh, hey, I know something about this. And you can ask them a question, and they'll kind of give you some guidance on the quest.
It's kind of like an interrelated kind of thing. That's super neat.
Yeah, and it's a really cool mechanic that Capcom threw into this, what would otherwise just be a generic RPG.
That's neat.
It's actually a really, really awesome game. I'm kind of sad that it has a massive cult following, but it wasn't like a mainstream amazing game.
Oh, speaking of games that have massive cult followings that didn't perform maybe sales-wise or anything else, Kingdoms of Amalur is getting a fucking remaster for Xbox One.
Really?
If you haven't played Kingdoms of Amalur, you have got to check this fucking game out. It is one of the most underrated, underrated, underappreciated RPGs ever. It is an amazing game. It's called Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning.
So here's a question:
I've never played
do
that
I
game.
buy it, or do I wait for it to go to
Amazing.
fucking Game Pass?
I don't think it'll. Well, I'd say I don't think it'll.
Yeah,
be on
See,
Game Pass,
right,
but
yeah,
As soon as you do, it'll be there.
I don't think it'll be Game Pass right away.
I mean, maybe not, but I'm gonna see what happens.
Isn't it being redone by like?
It's a re-reckoning or something.
It may be the remake may be being done by Microsoft Studios. I'm not sure.
It's possible.
If nothing else, go out and spend like $4 and get a 360 copy because it's backwards compatible.
True. So right,
And it's good, but it's so bad. But it's
No,
so
it's
good.
just good.
It's
Just
so
good.
good.
It's good.
all right. So
I fucking loved that game.
We've got a couple people in
yes,
chat that
couple
gave up their
lists-
top fives.
Lists of top
What
fives.
is
I'm gonna let you
AOE?
go ahead and hit up the can you do the mixer side, and I'll do the side over here.
All right. Since there's only one over here on Mixer,
I'll start.
Woody Astatrius said.
That's a solid list.
He said Legends of Dragoon,
Okay.
Silent Hill,
Silent
Diablo,
Mm-hmm.
Soul Calibur. Like, that shit was amazing. You would leave your fucking PlayStation on all night long so you could get the skeleton character. And The Last of Us is on his list too.
Yeah,
And
it's
he
a
said-
good
Solid list.
solid
I mean,
list.
he's said quite a few in here.
Killer Instinct. Jeez. So
That shit was
Hardcore Crosby
great.
says AOE. What's that? Does anybody know what AOE is?
I have no idea what AOE is.
I don't
Apples,
remember.
oranges,
Age of Empires?
elephants. Age of Empires.
Age
Is
of
that-
Empires.
There you go.
Is
All right,
that
yeah.
a civilization type game?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Age of Empires.
Okay.
Halo 2, which I think is what everyone says is where Halo got good. Harvest
love
Moon.
it.
First Halo was just as good.
Never heard of Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon. Oh man, I've seen people play it, and I just can't explain the story because I never got that
Harvest
in
Moon.
depth because it's something I'd have to play.
Jurassic Park for Sega, and Dead Rising 360.
It's a good list.
Yeah, it is.
And then we have Warlock, who's a good friend of mine, Destiny friend of mine. We've been hanging out for years and years. Assassin's Creed number 1, number 2, Destiny, number 3, Far Cry 5, which great game. Minecraft, followed by the original Mario Brothers.
Y'all.
There you go. Solid list there as well.
I mean, everybody in chat seems to know where it's at.
I mean, I think a lot of us overlap in like really key areas, so that's also pretty neat as well.
We're matchers.
One thing that I do want to talk about, though, different subject altogether. It's something that I found interesting as fuck this week when I was reading one of the stories about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You can buy a package that gives you these purple fucking tracer rounds.
Yep.
There's other colors as well.
I've
But
heard about that.
what up, Fox?
Or pink.
Yeah.
Hey, Fox.
Or like there's all kinds of colors you can add on that add tracer rounds to the gun that you choose or whatever. Cool as shit, looks great, but people are saying that it's unfair because it covers up the vision of the person being shot. It blocks them. It like distorts what you're able to see of the person being shot, and because it's a thing you can just go buy in the store, they're saying that it's an unfair advantage for people who are able to pay to buy it. Tracer rounds. I think personally, it's probably an oversight. They probably didn't intend it to be anything like that, and you may see them reducing the amount of effect on the screen for it, or not. But I think that this like led me to another statistic that I thought was just absolutely fucking bonkers. Okay, so you're talking about a brand new game with a free to play function, and
Oh, did I miss the tracer round
yeah,
conversation?
tracer rounds.
We
Yeah,
haven't gone
Tracer
around the
rounds.
table yet.
yeah. I was
Oh,
just
so we're still okay. Go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say like you have this model of the free to play BR game, and you incorporate microtransactions because that's how you make money on those types of games. People buy skins basically. With the tracer rounds, they're trying to say that it's an unfair advantage because you obstruct the view of the person being shot.
Okay, so Jimmy Stove's hacky fingers over there. So you and I were playing multiplayer one night,
Yes,
and
this is true.
the tracer rounds became a topic of conversation. And I'm just speaking for me personally. But what was the only impact the tracer rounds had on me?
I think that was just the color.
I wanted to go buy the fucking tracer rounds.
Yes,
Me personally, they do not affect gameplay. Look, if I miss you and I'm shooting at you, it's not because of your tracer rounds. It's because I can't fucking hit you anyway. That's all it is. That's all it is.
So you're saying
And-
people are using it as an excuse because they're just not
Dude,
good at the
it's
game?
a fucking excuse. It's
Yeah.
like the people that accuse everybody of aimbot or look, hey, you're not that fucking good. Just accept it. I did, and I'm okay with it. It's not because of tracer rounds. The only negative impact tracer rounds had on me was my bank account because I went and bought some fucking tracer rounds.
Balls.
and I wish it had enough of an effect on him by all his friends.
I don't know,
I
like
really wish it would have worked that way.
like I'll be honest, I think it definitely obstructs my vision. No, I also think
That's
that
mine.
that me getting shot first is almost always going to be a recipe for my easy demise. So whether or not there's tracer rounds there or not doesn't really fucking matter. I'm probably going to die if you shoot me first anyways. But it definitely does obstruct vision. I've seen screenshots. I've seen where it shows the full bloom. When it hits you and you get that full bloom, that's like at least a third of your screen gone. And if you're already low on health, then you have that red hue on the other third of the screen. So you got 2/3 of your screen pretty much blocked off. So I mean, like, it's not like they're wrong about it, but I don't think it's a deliberate intentional.
Here's the other thing about it. When we play mostly hardcore, there is no issue of half-life, quarter life.
Right.
You're dead. Dead is dead, and it didn't matter what hit you.
Half-Life was the fucking great game.
That it was.
Oh, shit.
How did none of it? There are
Never played it.
fucking 6 of us in here.
Because
How
Half-Life
did
is in my
none
top
of
10.
us put fucking Half-Life on that list.
Never played
What
it.
about
Half-Life is in my
Soldier of
top
Fortune?
10.
So
Half-Life is in
Soldier
my
of
top
Fortune
10,
Gold.
and it almost made it to my top 5.
All right.
That tells you how hard this is.
Deus Ex?
I've never
The original?
played Deus Ex.
Deus
I've
Ex.
never played Half-Life.
Look, Deus
neither.
Ex is a great game, and the sequel's pretty fucking good too.
Half-Life was sort of like how Team Fortress 2 is, where a lot of games
Exactly
use
is.
their
It's the same
packets.
thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Modded lobbies last week. Nice. So, about this, whether you agree with the thing or not, I'm pretty sure they're going to address it soon. They're probably either going to reduce it, or they're going to come out and say, like, you know, you're getting shot by purple tracing bullets. That's what it looks like. Fuck off. Either answer's fine
Suck
with
it up,
me.
Buttercup. Maybe.
Yeah. Like either answer's fine with me. I don't really care.
They paid for it. You didn't. Suck it up.
And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Activision. I could really see them going either way. With we'll address it or fuck off.
Unless
Either
they
one
sell,
would be reasonable.
an anti-tracer round buff.
There you go.
Some goggles. Get you like some goggles or
Or it's
something.
like armor that like
Don't put it
absorbs
past
it.
Dollar
them. Don't
goggles.
put it past them.
Who knows? Like
Right,
they
baby.
could easily just turn it off for the player being shot, so the person shooting it still gets the satisfaction of the purple bullets, but the guy being shot doesn't see shit. I mean, like there's ways around it where it could be a complete non-issue.
You're
But-
not going to convince me that part of it isn't the humiliation.
No,
factor Of,
it totally
knowing
is.
you got killed by some fucking purple bullets.
Yeah.
What
Totally
you
is.
said, it just makes it go through you and not hurt you.
Oh.
That would be so bad.
I can tell you from firsthand experience that it does not make it go through you without hurting you.
No, it goes through you,
So here's
but it leaves an exit wound.
here's the next part of this. Like my brain kind of went to the next part. If anybody has anything else to say about tracer rounds, now's a good time.
I can give a
what-
rat's ass about tracer rounds, honestly. They don't
What do you
affect me
say?
either way.
If
Okay,
you get
good.
shot with the tracers, you get turned. New way for infected to be played.
There you go. Tracer rounds turn you into a tracer zombie. You glow purple and throw darts of purple juice at people. Or whatever. Here's where my mind went like super explode, right? Like think about this, okay? The company that put the game out, Activision Blizzard, in the first quarter of 2020, which is January, February, and March.
First quarter,
The first
3 months.
First quarter of 2020, January,
3
February,
months.
March, they made almost $1 billion. $1 billion on microtransactions. $1
Off that
billion.
thousand.
That's a billion with a B.
Billion. $1
I
billion.
said,
One followed by 9 zeros.
$1 billion.
Spelled it with a D.
No, that's a dillion. Very different.
Dandelion. It was a dandelion.
Ridiculous.
Guys, that is insane. That is insane.
I wish I made that kind of money.
Right?
Shit.
Like, and you can't even say COVID because COVID didn't become like an actual big deal until March.
And that's just off of microtransactions.
Just microtransactions, but it is
That's just
a free
chat,
game.
both
That's
chats. That's not
Huge.
game. That's fucking microtransactions.
huge.
Chat.
That's
Huge.
buying fucking tracer rounds. That's buying fucking
Listen.
skins. That's buying.
I have heard COVID so many times, it's starting to sound like Kobe.
Kobe.
We almost went through a show without saying the word.
Too late.
Fuck.
Listen,
We
guys.
were doing so good too.
$1 billion on a free game. Is that the new success for BRs? Is that like what BRs are supposed to be? Is that like how that?
We gave it to you for free, and you gave us
I
all
need
your
I
money.
need numbers to compare it to. I mean, Apex has had microtransactions. Granted, they didn't do fucking $1 billion. I mean,
I mean, another skin. Yeah. My kid comes in. Can I buy some V-Bucks? You kidding
Like,
me?
oh my god, already again?
My
Jesus.
daughter did that a couple of times. I'm like, nope.
My other kid
but-
comes
but
in.
think
I want
about
some
that.
Robux. Oh god.
Mhm.
That's $1 billion on non-tangible,
Yeah, Fox.
You can't put your hands on this shit.
Yeah,
It's not
skins.
something you physically have.
Many
Microtransactions.
times if we bought something from fucking Eververse,
But also, like, listen, like microtransactions
Once.
includes the COD points, right? Like it it includes
Yes.
if you're buying the
Yeah.
COD
For
points
the
to
season, yeah.
yeah. So it's not just like using like money to buy a
I think
pack.
they got like, I think they've got like $30 from me. That was my contribution to that billion.
Which is totally cool, yeah.
you know,
Battle
All
Pass
I
2,
can say is $1 billion and they can't even release a fucking complete game.
they said microtransactions, so I'm not sure that includes Battle Pass or not. And why isn't the game
Battle
complete,
Pass is
Steve?
considered a microtransaction.
Tell me more.
Well, the game we're talking about actually is complete in my
Oh.
opinion. I just mean other games are sitting there with $1 billion worth of skins and can't
Yeah.
pay somebody to round out their
Easily.
story.
Easily, Bungie has gotten from me in the past 5-6 years of Destiny
Oh my god.
a couple of thousand,
I think I'm probably close to that.
Yeah, give or take.
1,000 to $2,000.
couple of thousand, and just
I mean-
Eververse.
Well, also, no, not for me. I mean,
No.
Just Eververse.
No,
for me.
No,
no.
that's weird, Bacon.
yeah, no,
no,
that's too
no,
much.
that's weird.
I've
Yeah.
probably given. I'd say I've given Ubisoft probably close to that amount
Ubisoft.
with DLC and Rocksmith.
It's Ubisoft, you guys.
I didn't play Rocksmith. I played
I did.
Guitar Hero and the Rock Band.
Yes.
I'll be
Fucking
stoked. I'll
Guitar
spend my
Hero.
money there anytime.
Guitar Hero. Oh my god.
Look,
I fucking love them games.
look.
So do I.
The fact of the matter is like, I've seen a lot of figures about how much money gaming is generating, but $1 billion just in microtransactions just in 3 months blows my fucking mind. Like I don't
Yeah,
even know.
that's
like,
a whole different level.
For a free game.
yes.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to make a shirt about that. But $1 billion is $1 billion. Try to say that shit 3 times fast.
Mhm.
No thanks.
Yeah, it's difficult.
That
It
brings
doesn't
me
help.
to the final
That
topic
Through the
for
shit,
fire
tonight.
and flames.
That shit. There. I just.
By the way,
Yeah,
one
there
of
you
the
go.
one of the members of Dragon Force is going to be having a block for Guardian Con.
Neat.
Henry Lee.
He's a guitarist, isn't he?
Yep.
Guy's fucking insane, by the way.
That's awesome.
Most of Eververse in a gameplay, that's good. I believe that's a smart move there. You give people meaningful ways to earn that instead of moneyful ways to earn that.
Of course, it's a meaningful grind.
So let's talk about our last topic. You guys ready for this one?
Sure.
Go.
Beefs.
I have no beef this week.
There's a huge over beef, I think, for everyone right now, and it's hard to kind
Yes.
of define your own beef. But I can say at least one thing that I'm beefing on.
Is it my face?
Ooh,
He said he loves
Now
you.
I kind of want it to be, but it's really not. For me, my biggest beef this week has been rain.
Mm.
Oh
Like
yeah,
lots.
it's been raining down there forever, huh?
Lots of rain.
Okay.
It's still
like it.
Rain
raining
hasn't
from like 3 days ago. It didn't stop.
been too bad here. I mean, yesterday it fucking came a torrential downpour
Yeah.
and flooded a lot of our roads.
yeah.
Yeah, I have a video. I just haven't posted it. It's fucking
Sneak's gonna need a canoe.
I'm I need a kayak. What's up, Solstice? Look, let me just. Yeah. Nick, what you reading, bud?
The label for my scotch.
I think Guardian Outpost said that there have been raining for like 6 to 8 days straight now.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's a difficult thing, man. Like, like nonstop rain doesn't seem like it's an issue, but when you have such a high water table for us, like you can dig like 6 to 12 inches down and your hole's gonna fill up with water. just about everywhere you
could
go.
have your own pool too. Just be cautious of these swamp kittens.
Yeah, it's usually turns out to be a bigger problem in places where there's like a bigger city, like Tampa, for instance. They have a problem with their drainage because of the ocean. You know, the Gulf of Mexico is right there, and their flood system is constantly causing problems. Like downtown gets flooded a lot, so raining kind of sucks. People can't drive in the rain. People don't know how to act in the rain.
Kind of like snow up here.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, we have people like it's just rain, but people are like slowing down and turning their hazards on and driving as if they're like on the precipice with like 900-mile-per-hour winds. They're just like they're just so fucking scared of driving. Kills me.
Oh, that's how it is here when we like on the rare occasion we get snow, or is when it is raining real hard.
Yeah.
Nobody understands that there can be a safe middle ground. They either continue to drive 80, which is not wise, or they drive 18, which is also not wise. There's just no, hey, there's like a reasonable human being speed I could drive right now.
Yeah, I think
they don't
something
fucking understand that.
Something that people need to understand too. This is not 1950 anymore. Like your tires are designed to drive in the rain, and as long as you're not doing anything stupid, your tires can handle the fucking rain.
Yep.
Because there's literally been 50 years of science making sure that you have rain tires.
It's science.
Science.
Science rules.
So no beefs. This guy. This is kind of sad. We got no beefs, man.
There's a lot to beef about, but
There
you
is.
know, I'm trying to.
I'm not bringing that beef in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We addressed that beef.
It is a full moon and it is a strawberry moon, so I'm trying to let go of the bullshit. Just
Yeah. Okay.
rebirth. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna take it to the after.
The after show.
I actually,
Oh.
I have some beef.
Okay.
You sound excited about it, Nick.
It's actually just over there. I gotta go get it.
Oh.
This is this way.
That's a hamburger.
Hamburger. Hamburger.
Damn it! I wish I would've pointed it out, but no.
I'm kind of upset because he's not wearing a robe. He
I
hasn't
know.
worn it the past couple weeks. I don't know what's going on.
I saw his butt
We'll
too.
have to address that.
Hey Nick, Nick,
Cold.
Nick,
Yes.
Nick. Did you
Yeah.
give yourself a quarantine haircut?
No.
Did Brooke give it to you?
No, I'm having a weird reaction to something, and so like the back of my head is all broken out and crazy. So I have some.
Yeah, but you cut all your hair off.
medication
You didn't have a
T-Joe.
shaved head last week.
Yes.
Because
I'm having
Another
a reaction to
question.
something.
So you shaved your head,
Canned,
though.
Would you like to? You brought it up, Canned.
What was that? Huh?
The apparel missing from Mr. Nick.
Where's your fucking robes, man?
Whoa, I didn't think he was gonna go all in like that.
There's a beef. Bacon's
Sorry.
face and your robelessness.
So
Sir.
I haven't had a robe for quite a few fancy schmancy shows.
we
and
know
just
he
now
mentioned that.
Well, we
No,
were
I
just
said
wondering if
it's
maybe
been a
you were
while.
taking a break from robes, but
It's like 90-some degrees outside.
oh, that's right. He doesn't have an AC. He doesn't have an AC there. I totally
They
forgot.
don't
yeah,
make
that-
houses in Oregon with ACs.
You,
So
Makes sense.
So this cost me $12, and I know this is super petty because I'm bitching about $12, but this is the worst $12 I have ever spent.
show me. Whiskey.
Whiskey. That
Pabst
sounds.
Blue Ribbon whiskey.
No way.
What are you doing?
How did you not
What is
anticipate
wrong
that?
with you?
Hold on.
Have you tried it?
Yes.
Is it actually good or
Does it
taste
taste like
is it-
Paps?
No. So here's the thing. It says age 5 seconds. It's not exactly whiskey.
Aged for 5 seconds. Oh shit.
It's not gonna come in.
No.
I've seen some where it says aged never.
Yeah. So
It's fucking
this-
clear.
Yeah, it's not even whiskey. It's Everclear, or not Everclear. Technically, this would be moonshine, but it's made in.
I wish it was moonshine.
It's made in the traditional bourbon recipe, and it tastes. You know how like an unripe apple or an apple that's on the cusp of being ripe, it's just missing a full flavor.
Yep.
It's like you get that little bitterness, and it's like, yeah, this could be really great, and then just nothing. It's kind of like that. You get like the first hint of, hey, this is really interesting, and then nothing, and it's so disappointing because the actual flavor profile, if this were to have been aged even 2 years, would probably be extremely delicious. But it's basically water. It's 80 proof.
Hard pass.
40% alcohol.
Hard
You
pass.
bought Pabst whiskey.
Yeah.
It's like buyer beware.
Whitney's
Well, I mean,
Altria
They
said it
need
right.
a buyer
Listen.
beware on here.
Listen, Mixer Chat has it right. He
Even
said,
buyer beware.
"Why the hell would you even risk it?" That's the
I mean,
question.
have you drank the beer? You should have known
No.
better with the.
I have
oh my
never
God.
actually drank Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
That's the
Now
question.
you have
In my,
to.
in
It's
my
like you sticking
opinion,
your tongue in a lawnmower and getting pissed off at the lawnmower.
You stupid lawnmower.
no, that's actual piss, not
let's-
just getting
let's-
pissed off.
Let's compare this, a $12 bottle, to this, $170 bottle of scotch. No thank you.
Why would
Now
you
you're
even
gonna
spend
have to
$12?
go buy yourself a pounder of Pabst Blue Ribbon. You're gonna have to drink it.
But you
No,
can't
I
compare
don't.
whiskey and scotch, anyways.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Nah. Whiskey's
you know what,
whiskey, scotch is scotch.
you know what the difference between whiskey, scotch, bourbon, and, well, not gin. Gin is something completely separate.
Scotch
See?
is made in Scotland.
Yeah, it's basically, it's just made in Scotland, and it's made with peat instead of, corn mash and rye.
See, that's something that I've never had a
Woody
problem
is
with.
Paltrius.
Altruist. Never had a problem with that, so it must be a Kentucky thing. Sound like a Kentucky thing. It's definitely a Kentucky thing. Maybe Texas.
Who's saying
Definitely
what
Texas.
on Mixer?
So Altria said PBR is the stuff you drink when you're already too drunk to realize you can't taste anything anymore, and you realize you just slept with your sister. Oh, he was thinking Canada. Sorry.
Oh no, definitely Kentucky.
I will say this: I've never drank in
Gems.
Pabst Blue Ribbon even after sleeping with my sister. I mean, wait, what?
I mean, things happen. Things definitely
Things
happen.
happen.
I guess. Okay. I thi-
Another set of beef, since nobody else seems to have any beef today.
Yep.
I got a beef.
Have you guys heard of Fry's Electronics?
Nope.
Yes.
Yes.
I have one relatively close to my house.
I highly recommend, if you have absolutely nothing to do on a day and it's relatively safe to go out, go walk through. It'll feel like you're in the Twilight Zone. Half of the lights are out.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
nothing on the shelves. It's like, did this place get looted? No, they just can't keep shit on stock in stock.
Yeah.
right now.
They're
can
going
vouch- I
broke.
can vouch
That-
for
It's
this
a broke
firsthand.
company. It's a
Mhm.
broke company.
I heard
Keychains.
Best Buy was kind of the same way since it closed so long.
Dude, there was a while there where Amazon didn't have any podcast mics, any webcams. They didn't have any fucking.
Everybody's been sold out.
But
of them.
Fry's has
Mixers,
been like this for like
you haven't been able to get a Stream Deck or a Go XLR.
Yeah, Fry's
or any
has
of
been
that
like
shit.
this more or less since its inception.
I wouldn't say since
It's
inception, but-
not COVID related.
They literally have no backstop.
right before COVID, Fry's International changed their distributor, who they get all their product from, and then COVID happened, and their new distributor went bankrupt, and their old distributor's like, well, I guess we can help you, but you fucked us over, so we're gonna fuck you with this giant ribbed for her pleasure dildo.
You can either take it or
You
leave it.
used a lot of descriptors for dildos.
I'm just
Is there a
gonna
level
say.
of familiarity there. Or
I
what?
knew what he was talking about.
I'm just gonna
I
say.
know all about
Nick is
dildos.
newly married, so he knows quite a bit about that.
Well,
Yeah,
I know.
right now.
I knew about dildos long before I got married.
He's currently our dildo expert. If you guys have any questions,
Yes.
just direct them towards
If you have questions about computers, guns, or dildos,
Nick. Nick's got
He's the
New department.
Dildition.
That's an impressive skill set, sir.
Nick.
Introduced me to the Great American Dream.
Nick is also live on Twitch. What's your new schedule, bud?
so I will be streaming Thursdays and Saturdays.
Yep.
Thursday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Those are the 2 days that I have set aside to stream, and the wife's busy on those days, those hours, so I'm good to go uninterrupted. And then Fridays I left open for the Schmancy show,
Which is what we're doing now.
and I also get together with a group of guys and play Warframe on PC if anybody's interested. I do that every Friday
Neat.
night.
Canned.
Is that crossplay?
I'm live on
Exactly,
Mixer.com and Canned, and I play Tuesday and Thursday pretty regularly from 9 o'clock to 11. And then Friday is the Schmancy show, and then who knows what'll happen the rest of the week.
Okay, Bacon.
I don't go live very often, but when I do, I'm on Twitch, 6Ms, Bacon, 04 or an O, and I play a lot of Minecraft and Destiny and Animal Crossing. That's pretty much
Neat.
it.
Stay frosty, friends.
Stay frosty,
You missed
friends.
that.
Steve, Honky Steve goes live on Discord. Whenever the fuck he
Live on
wants.
Discord. I can't handle the bloody multitasking of one person talking in the chat and saying hi, and me dying in games and sure the game is working. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Discord where I'm at.
Difficult stuff. Thanatos.
And Dose. I go Monday to Thursday, anywhere from 8 to 9 p.m. until midnight. Thanatos XXI. I also Friday is open for this, obviously, to hang out with these lovely gentlemen.
Hi.
And I am dabbling Saturdays and Sundays on Twitch, same name. Whenever I
Neato.
decide to hop on Twitch.
Neato. You got me Monday through Friday live 7 to 11 Eastern. That's PM because I work during the mornings like some kind of schlub.
Schlub.
I enjoy doing the shows every Friday night, so we're definitely going to keep that going. Today's episode 25, which is exciting. We've been fucking limping to the barn every night, getting the show done once a week, which is great. I think that as we continue to go, I think we've all been doing really good jobs, keeping shit going, moving along. Everyone's getting much better. Except for Bacon. I don't know what happened to your face, man, but you gotta fix that. You gotta find a way to
Actually,
fix
don't
that.
dread Friday nights anymore.
I would lend you some of mine, but my face would look weird like yours right now. So, also I have a beef. Why?
Oh.
Look at my cup. I'm surprised somebody said nothing about it.
There's a hole in the bottom. Oh, Jesus.
I have been
Moz!
sipping this shit
Moz.
for the past hour. And
Oh!
nobody said shit.
Is that your beef?
That's my beef.
Where did you get that?
That's a valid beef.
And can I have one?
Oh my god.
Yes.
I have actually made it an emote in the Discord.
Neat. Perfect. Perfect. Guys, also if you wanna join in on the conversation, if you wanna be part of the crew, if you wanna hang out and have these kinds of talks with us, I'm telling you right now, Discord is the place to be. If you join the Thieves in Discord, this is what we do regularly. We're always in chat. We're always trying to have video conferences. We're always pulling this shit. Like, if
Damn
you
it,
want to
Nick.
join an active gaming and streaming and hanging out community, we've got you. We've got you. Everything's set up for you. Just show up and do your thing. I guarantee you'll have
Actually
some fun.
play games from time to time.
Yeah, games. What's that?
Every now and again. And stay out of the Christian Minecraft server
Oh, yeah,
because
you don't
that
wanna
shit
go
needs
there.
to stay clean.
Yeah, you don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
It's a
I
horrible
swear to
place.
God, the next person who posts a not safe for work thing in the Christian Minecraft server,
I'm
is
pissed.
banned.
Right on. Yeah.
We need to
my
contact Discord
Christian
about
Minecraft server.
repercussions, some kind of consequences for that. That we can't have the Christian Minecraft server tarnished.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, we could have Nick take care of him.
Nick is a supermon.
He knows about
he'll find a way.
dildos.
That's
mean,
exactly what
guns.
I'm saying.
And he knows
Yes.
about dildos. Also, guys, if you're hanging out and listening to the show, if you're watching the show on my side, We've been listening to an artist on Spotify. His name is Deek Beats, Deek Deek Beats. Super awesome shit. He's from my hometown. Been really enjoying his kind of like a lo-fi pop beat stuff. It's super good. So if you guys are interested in checking him out, you should definitely do that. I told him I would tell everybody to go listen, so definitely go listen. Great stuff. Good kind of chilling out music. Deek Beats. Get down on that, guys. We ready to say goodnight? You guys ready to say goodnight? Episode 25 in the books.
I think
It
so.
was good. It was a great episode.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good night, everyone.
Let's jerk ourselves off in the after show, shall we?
Sounds good.
All right.
Like,
Yay!
we're only each jerking ourselves, right? We're not.
Well,
I
so I'm
mean-
gonna reach.
So
I'm gonna
tune
reach
in and
across
find out!
and get Ann. Ann is gonna reach across and get Bacon. Bacon's reaching down to get Steve. Steve's got Thanatos. Thanatos has got Sneak, and Sneak's got me. That's
Yeah.
how it's gonna work.
And we're all going to close our eyes, right?
Boy.
I got a doctor's
Oh my
appointment,
God.
So I got.
Altria says, "What fun would that be?"
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Guys, if you are watching the stream right now and you're live with us, we are going to be coming right back online with an after show, which is
right.
even fucking crazier than this show. We'll see you there. Say goodnight, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, goodbye.